opponent is defending the Kimura attempt from side control. So it's very common that you'll get in a side control position, you're grabbing onto his wrist, you're trying to go for the Kimura, which will be here. I shift my hips, I step over his head, and I go for it. But what will happen is I'll be side control, I grab on, and he's grabbed onto his belt. Instead of going through the effort of lifting him up and working from this position, I can get a compression wrist lock just right from here. Doyle's actually setting himself up for the wrist lock. So I grab onto his hand, again, around the meaty part, thumb to thumb. Not his wrist, it's his hand. Instead of just pulling away, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull his hand towards his belt knot, and I'm going to take my other hand and push this in towards his ribs. As that happens, so it'll go loose on here, so I'm going to show you what happens to his wrist. As I push, it starts to fold. As I push this in, clamping it nice and tight, and I'm going to use my whole body weight and compress down. So he's defending, pull the elbow in, grabbing onto the hand nice and tight, folding down, going for that wrist lock. So again, it basically is looking like grabbing here and compressing down, but it's against his ribs, pulling, push down, and now you'll notice what I'm doing with my arm. I'm lowering my elbow and driving it towards the camera. Now if I want to add extra torque, I'm going to put my whole body weight and watch my right shoulder dip down into this wrist lock. So he's defending, I pull, and I push down to get that tap. So this is a great option from the Kimura position. And as a bonus, actually, if Doyle goes down one more time, there's another compression wrist lock you can get while going for the Kimura. Say you grabbed onto it, you grab here, you turn, you stepped over, and you're coming up, but he's kind of defending. Oh, I can't get in any further. What you're going to do is you're going to take his knuckles, you can place his knuckles on the mat. Instead of pushing the arm away like we do with standard Kimura, I'm actually going to drag it back so this folds. So instead of pushing this way, where you see my finger pointing, I'm actually going to just put his knuckles on the mat, and I'm going to pull his elbow towards me so it folds his wrist. And you can get the compression wrist lock from there. So two options from the Kimura, one in defense and the other when you're actually looking for